So a warm welcome to one and all to the new program of e-learning in plant physiology of Department of Botany, St. Albert's College, Ernakulam. As we know, the plants are growing to its maturity by producing cells at the different stages, starting from germination, and it progresses towards a specialized functioning which we call as the different organs where stem, leaves, root, flowers, fruits and seeds which we are familiar with. And within the plant, these organs functions with the various complex chemical processes that permit the plant to live, grow and reproduce. In this program, we we are trying to have a quick roundup with the important physiological aspects of a plant, including the plant-water relations, where the fundamental concepts of imbibition, diffusion, osmosis, endosmosis, exosmosis, etc., are being covered, and the important water potential qualities and its components which are involved with the active and passive transport of water in the plant, which will be followed by the absorption process where the symblastic and the apoplastic pathways are being discussed, the active and passive, the non-osmotic pathways of absorption, which includes the ways and means by which water is absorbed, and it will be followed by the ascent of sap, where the path of water uptake and translocation is being discussed through different experiments. In the next section, we will be discussing on the process of transpiration, where all the efforts in absorption and transportation has ended up with the loss of water by the process of transpiration and the mechanism and means by which plant controls this process of transpiration. And we will be discussing also the translocation of organic solute and path of translocation to certain important experiments in physiology, like the girdling experiment, the tracer method, the Munch mass flow hypothesis, vein loading, etc. Moving into the second of the module with photosynthesis, we will see the most most special or most wonderful event in the in, in the earth, which we consider as the photosynthesis, where plants convert the energy of sun, or they rather harvest the sunlight energy and converting it into chemical energy. Every aspect associated with the light phase of the reaction, followed by the dark reaction, and how the entire machinery functions will be covered in this area. Then that will be followed by the, the inputs in form of the chemical energy, which the complex biopolymers, how they are synthesized and how they are being materialized in the process of photosynthesis, which will be followed by the third module with the process of respiration, where all the living organisms happily utilize the energy which is stored with the the chemicals or the biopolymers in the plants through the concepts analysis in respiration and its different stages through glycolysis, the electron transport chain, and the Krebs cycle, and the terminal oxidation, where a glucose molecule is oxidized into carbon dioxide and water, where the organism survives on the energy released in these processes. The final module will also be discussing with the plant growth and the growth regulators where the different growth hormones, gibberellin, auxin, cytokinin, ethylene, abscisic acid, etc., will be discussed in the processes associated with the germination, growth to the maturity processes, then how the flowering has occurred, then the fruit development, the seed dormancy, and the abscission processes where the plant will move to a process of senescence. All these important physiological phenomena starting from germination to the death of the plant, these hormones or the growth regulators, the gibberellin, auxin, cytokinin, ethylene, etc., play a crucial role, and we are in a position to know how the growth and the metabolism is there in the plant and how they are being controlled from the beginning to the end of a plant life. So each and everyone who wishes to know more with the concepts of plant physiology are welcome, and myself signing off, Dr. Jameson, personally the head of the Department of Botany, St. Albert's College, Ernakulam, and a big thanks to one and all.